Claymore here. So, trying to think of what I should do for a video today, and I thought I would address something that I see a lot on YouTube videos about 303s. I have a P14 here and an SMLE. So obviously both sport-wise. I'm not a collector. I don't have full stocked military ones, but the what I want to talk about is the stripper clips for the 303. This is a comparison here. This is a Mauser stripper clip, 303 stripper clip. These Mauser stripper clips work great. If you've ever used them to load a Mauser, they're super smooth because, well, partly because, there's no rim on the Mauser ammo. But on the 303, there is a rim. And when guys are loading these stripper clips trying to use them, they do different things, try to stack them in a certain order so that when they go in the magazine, they will go with the bottom round behind the preceding round, so that when you go to load it, you don't get a rim lock. And there is a trick to that, and it's not what a lot of guys come up with. A lot of guys come up with, they'll put them in so that you can only load the stripper clip one way. They'll put the first one in, and they'll put the second one with the rim behind it, and then the same thing again, and again, and again. What you get is a stripper clip with the rounds all kind of tilted, and if you put it in the right direction, that'll load them perfectly. The problem with that system is it's not how they actually did it back in the day in World War I and World War II. They used a different system where they put the first round in so the rim is going to be flush against the back of the stripper clip. Second round would be forward of that. Third round, flush with the back. Fourth round, forward of the middle one, and then the last one, flush with the back. So they're staggered. You have one high, one low, one high, one low, one high. And then you get a nice, even looking stripper clip. And that way, it doesn't matter whether you stick it in this way or this way. So I'll just demonstrate the proper loading of the magazine. You want your rounds to end up like this. And I'll just exaggerate it a bit there. That's how you want them to end up. Not like this, because if you put them in backwards, you're going to have problems. So, put one in, following one goes on top, this one goes on the bottom, one on top, one on the bottom. That's what it should look like. Now, for them to end up in the right order in the magazine requires technique. And the technique is, try it with the P14 first. Put your stripper clip in, and then you do what the British term to as press the rounds in smartly. Now, the stripper clips are old, obviously, and they must have been a lot smoother when they were originally issued. They would have had like a black paint on them, which must have been smooth. Old ones are sometimes a little rusty, and so you have to take a Dremel and polish them. And not all of these are polished perfectly, but so when you push those rounds in, you do it quick and hard. And then what happens, they all feed perfectly. So just because you push them in quickly, it seems like they all kind of bounce around and everything ends up in the right order. If you are trying to save your thumb and you don't push them in smartly, they will get messed up. Let's try this gun out of the way. By the way, these are all dud rounds, they're not live ammo. Move you over here and let's bring you over here. So here we have a rifle short magazine, Enfield, number 3 star. Actually this is a 3 star with the star struck out because after the war they milled the magazine cutout slot into it. So 1918 model. So it wouldn't have had that when it was first made, but then after the war they decided they wanted the magazine, after the first war, they decided they wanted the magazine cut off again. So here we have 5 rounds. Can I do it right 2 times in a row? I guess we'll find out. So, like I said, if you monkey around, it's not going to go. I use both thumbs, and I press them in as hard as I can. And this magazine's a little tight, so you actually, when you do the first 5, if you kind of go past a little bit, they will. They'll load perfectly. Sometimes when you're doing the second 5 for a full 10, it's a little harder to get that last one pushed down, and you could end up with a bit of a rim lock. I have in the past. It's not 100%. But it works pretty good if you do it right. So, there end of the lesson. But I will add one more thing. This is a stripper clip. The short term for that is a clip. This is a detachable magazine. The short terms for this are magazine or mag. And I know everybody calls these clips, well not everybody, but a lot of people, and I can live with that, but really if you want to use the proper term, it's a mag. And mag is just as easy to say as clip. So, stripper clip, mag. So, and I know even manufacturers list their magazines sometimes as clips. But proper term is magazine. So yeah, just Lee Enfield 303 British stripper clip, Mauser stripper clip, Mosin Nagant stripper clip. Mosin Nagant rounds 7.62x54R are also rimmed. And the Mosin had a different system for aligning the cartridges. There's a cartridge interrupter inside the gun. I don't know if it's in here somewhere. And as the next round comes up, it's separated from the bottom rounds, and so you don't get rim lock. But you can get a rim lock when you're loading it. And the way the Russian soldiers beat that, because these are just loaded randomly in their stripper clips, they would tilt this one up like that, and then press them in, and they would most of the time line up probably at least as effectively as they did for the 303. So yeah, World War II, World War I, they didn't carry extra magazines because these things are heavy, and that wasn't the paradigm. They used these. They'd have whole bandoliers full of these. They had Bren pouches, and they'd fill them with stripper clips, and away you go. You can load them. So, there. That's the story of the 303 British rimmed round in a stripper clip. Thanks for watching.